Tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom is ramping up the state's law enforcement presence in cities across California, including in Sacramento and the Central Valley. It comes days after the president announced he's doing something similar with federal law enforcement in cities across the country.
KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala explains why the governor says he's taking this latest action.
This is the latest move by Governor Gavin Newsom in which he either mirrors or mimics President Donald Trump. The governor, though, adamant that this announcement specifically is not in response to the president. Reporters on Thursday shuffled into an unusual spot for Governor Newsom's press conference, his office.
Thanks, everybody, for taking the time to be here. Journalists
crammed together in front of his desk, similar to an image you'd see from President Trump's Oval Office.
That we're going to be expanding this operation.
The governor announcing he's stepping up the state's law enforcement presence in major cities across California to crack down on crime. Days after President Donald Trump said he'd do something similar with federal officers in cities across the country.
So we're not reacting, responding to anything, quite the contrary.
The governor said it's to build on public safety work his administration has been doing since he took office. But the announcement and the setting, the latest that appeared to taunt the president and Republicans.
Just look at the murder rate. That's nearly 4 times higher than California's in Louisiana.
It comes as Newsom has been mocking the president on social media, and his campaign launched a new online store that sells Trump-themed merchandise.
Governor, you've talked about putting the mirror up to the Trump administration.
I asked if this is all connected.
We've been at this, as you know. We've been to all these events for months and months. And I think we kicked this off with the AG, a few years back. And to build on what we're doing, yes, to extend that narrative, to expand our successful programs, to acknowledge we have work to do. Not suggesting otherwise, but also acknowledge that this country needs to wake up to what's going on, and not just the authoritarian tendencies, but the authoritarian actions by this president. This cannot be normalized. And yes, so I'm highlighting some just blatant hypocrisy. Yes, we're putting a mirror up to the lunacy that is Trump's tweets and his grift.
I think he just wakes up every day to try to figure out how he can wiggle his way in to become the president of the United States.
Republican State Senator Tony Strickland said Newsom is too focused on national issues. He said before making this announcement, the governor should have fully funded Proposition 36, approved to crack down on repeat thieves and drug dealers.
We don't want repeat offenders. We want money for probation and accountability, and that's what he doesn't have in this program.
It's not clear how soon or in which ways specifically Californians could see this ramped up presence of California Highway Patrol officers. They did say, though, that those teams are being assembled now. Reporting at the state capitol, Ashley Zavala, KCRA 3 News.
Well, we reached out to the president and the White House for comment on this story, but we have yet to hear back.